Welcome to episode 18 of Comics and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Lumpy.
And this is the review show that reviews comics chronologically. Kind of. So we're going into Detective Comics number 42 here, and it was released in August 1940. It is 13 pages. It's actually the longest one we've had in this bunch here, because for some reason they're normally 12, but this one's 13. I don't know why.
I don't know. That extra page feels like it's 100 pages. I'm telling you, I read this one halfway through, stopped, put it down for a day, and picked it back up again.
I don't know how you guys do that.
It's another one of those wordy ones.
I would have to start over again if I'd stopped halfway through it.
Well, I'm taking notes on it, too, so I kind of remember, and then I read through my notes and then figure out where I was.
Yeah, no,
I read them in bed a lot of times, and I just read until I fall asleep, and then I pick it up the next night.
No, I just take the 15 minutes to read the comic.
Well, it takes me way longer. It might have taken me 15 hours to read this one.
Anyway, this one's called The Case of the Prophetic Pictures.
Let's see what I got. Yeah, Case of the Prophetic Pictures. That's what I got, too.
Alright. So in this one, Batman's in the background looming over Robin, who's tackling some guy with a gun.
Yeah, I kind of like this drawing. Batman's got his own whole, he's the whole background.
Yeah.
Now, T, on yours, is he really blue?
No, he's black.
Oh, he's blue in mine.
Yeah, he's like blue.
Yeah, bright blue. And his cape is covering his whole body instead of like his shirt. You just see the blue cape.
The blue cape, and all you can see is his chin, outlined in the cape.
Mine, he's like a grayish black with his mask pure black.
He's blue in mine, but around his eyes and his forehead is black.
It's black, it's like shadowing. But he's really blue.
Bright blue, yeah.
But everything that I'm reading is washed out, so...
Yeah, well, that's why I asked, though, because I wondered if the old comic was different.
In the website where I get the synopsis from, it is black, and it looks like it's kind of scribbled in instead of blue. That's weird.
That is weird.
Really weird.
Anyway, so you can't see it, but Bob Kane's down in the corner there.
I see it on the blue.
Yeah, we see it.
Well, it's like blended into mine. You can barely see it.
Yeah.
And then Detective Comics is still 10 cents. And I guess these are just things we announced now, so.
Because we're waiting for it to change. It's going to be 12 cents one day or something.
That's true. So, and then we really open. So, this splash page has nothing to do with the comic at all. It's just the Grim Reaper guy painting Batman with a shadow with a knife.
Yeah, but later on that skeleton face comes back, right?
Yeah.
But the guy's not a full-on skeleton either.
No, I mean...
Yeah.
No, but he does have a skeleton hand and stuff in this photo. Like,
yeah, it's weird. Wait, Bob Kane's on this photo, too. You see that? In pink.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's all over the place.
Yeah.
You don't see Bill Finger anywhere, though.
Nope, not at all.
Anyway, Bruce is going to a party, and Dick's not invited.
Right.
So,
yeah, Dick's not allowed to come.
So Bruce goes to the party, and he's chatting up some guys, some rich people, and he's introduced to this artist, his manager, and some other guy.
Yeah.
And then this other guy comes up to the artist and says, "You killed my sister."
Again, this is the same thing that happened in the last two books. He's in the middle of a conversation and somebody runs over and says something. At least he didn't get fired.
Accusing them or something. Yeah, or at least he didn't get fired this time.
Yeah.
Well, apparently this guy's sister was in love with this painter, but the painter is like a Casanova type and says, "I'm not going to be with you anymore." And then the sister commits suicide.
Right, so they blame him for her death.
This guy blames him for it. I mean, it's messed up, but I don't think that's his fault.
Right,
he didn't kill her.
Yeah.
I mean, you can blame him for it, sure, but anyway. Yeah, so they're at the party. I'm trying to figure out what happens here, because it's very confusing, the panels.
Well, Bruce leaves.
Oh, is that what happens? Because
and hides behind a bush?
Yeah, he listens in, and then he leaves.
Okay.
Because another man is yelling at the painter for sleeping with his wife, or some flirt with his wife or something.
Something like that. It's
But I was confused between him hiding behind a bush, because in the next panel, Bruce is getting dressed next to Robin, who's in bed asleep.
Yeah, and it says later that evening, but all of a sudden he's in the mansion.
It looks
Bruce's room. Why is he naked in Bruce's room?
And Dick's room.
I mean, yeah, he's in Dick's room. Why is he naked in Dick's room?
I don't
Maybe
know.
only Dick has a window, and he had to go in through the window.
No, I'm pretty sure Wayne Manor has plenty of windows.
Sure, it does actually.
And if you read it like from top to bottom, if Bruce is putting his clothes on and it says "not tonight," what is going on here?
Yeah, that's a bad looking panel for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is. If you just saw that panel and didn't know what it was, you'd think it was some kind of weird pedophile stuff going on.
Anyway.
Yeah, but Dick was sleeping because he said, "Oh, it's you, Bruce."
Yeah, I know.
Did you have a good time?
That's what I said.
Is he taking his shirt off or putting it on?
I think he's putting it on because he was just getting out of the bat suit. But I don't know why he's changing out of the bat suit in Dick's room.
I don't know. Maybe he just went to check on him, but he wasn't quite all the way dressed yet.
Maybe.
But when did he have the bat suit on?
Oh, right. No, you're right. No, he didn't. I guess
he was taking off that suit.
Yeah, he was taking off that suit. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird scene.
Yeah, I don't like that one. Let's get away from that one.
Anyway, a bunch of the aristocrats from the party are getting their portraits painted by this guy because apparently he was a painter of other things, but his manager is like, you should paint rich people because they pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
And because you get your name out there. So they all get their portraits painted, and then this one guy finds his portrait is stabbed with a knife out of nowhere. And then later the next day, they find him stabbed with a knife.
Yep. Uh-oh. So now, guess what? Nobody get their paintings done by this guy anymore. How's that sound? Like, wouldn't that solved everything?
Except they all had already done it.
Oh, they already had their paint. You're right. They already had their paintings done.
Right.
At the party.
Yeah. Well, no. This is days after, I'm assuming.
Oh, that's right. In the ensuing weeks, it says.
Yeah. So then an opera star had her portrait, and then there was a dart in her neck. And then as she's singing, she gets hit with a dart, and she falls over and dies.
And I see a pattern going on here.
Yep. And then in the next panel, they're talking about all the news and stuff about how the people keep dying from the paintings. And then another rich guy sees that his painting has a noose around his neck.
How does a painting have a noose around his neck?
I don't know. I was thinking the same thing.
And you see the rope comes down and it's sitting on the mantle, like
right. So did they just kind of glue it there?
He either glued it there, thumbtacked it, or taped it. But yeah, there's a noose hanging from the portrait. But that was the last straw for Batman. He's going to go and solve this case.
He always waits around a little bit, doesn't he? He's like, let's wait a little bit and see who else dies, and then we'll go.
Yeah, it's not really a case unless 4 people are dead. So
why? It was only one person. That don't mean I have to do anything.
Yeah, and then the second one dies, and he's like, but now there's a noose on this one, so I gotta go do it.
We've even been in the middle of comic books where he's telling Robin, like, wait for it.
Anyway, in my version, Bruce is jumping into a black car.
Black and blue. Well, it's blue with shaded black on mine.
It is. It's the blue car, but the shadowing on mine. It's definitely blue, but you can see a lot of black on it for the shadowing.
Okay.
And actually, T, I sent you the picture of the cover so you can see the difference.
Yeah, no, I saw it. It's a big difference.
Yeah, because I looked at yours and I was like, those are 2 totally different covers. So, even this car might be different in yours compared to ours.
I got some blue. There's a little blue on it, but it's mostly black. It's like the car was originally drawn blue and someone took a black pen and scribbled on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what it's like. The shading isn't great on it, but
I'm going to send you it so you can see ours. Because I think mine's the same as Uncle Chris.
Yeah, ours is.
Anyway, while he's doing that, Batman jumps out. Batman has to climb up the roof, but only his magic suction cup.
He says, now for my human fly act.
Yeah, but he's got suction cups that stick to bricks again.
Yeah, that's my point. That one's much clearer than mine is, but it's still the same.
Oh, okay, so it is the same.
It's more blue on the ones you have. Mine looks like someone literally took a pen and
shaded it.
It's very scratchy. Is the best way I can explain it.
Mine's the same as yours. Mine's exactly the same.
Yeah, that's why I said ours is the same. They're like remastered or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, Batman decides that his magic suction cups are going to get him up a brick roof of the building again.
Like a huge bat.
Because he's got to get up to the window.
Yeah, no doors, no elevators. You can't do that.
And he comes into the window, and he finds the guy hanging by the noose. He's too late, man.
Well, because he took a half hour to get up the side of the building. Why didn't he just go up the steps?
Or swing across the rooftops like he always does.
Yeah, he likes them suction cups now, though.
What's worse than Batman is the stupid cops. No one's getting past us. We're going to go check on the guy. And they come in and find Batman, and they blame Batman for everything.
Again.
And then Batman jumps onto a chandelier from the floor, ends up upstairs. He super jumped up to that chandelier.
Oh, yeah, and he also kicks one of the cops on his way up, too.
Yeah, he swings on the chandelier and kicks the cop. Then he lands upstairs, picks up a giant vase.
That is a huge vase.
And uses it like a bowling ball.
Throws it down the stairs at the cops who fall over like bowling pins. Like, they're stupid, these cops.
Yeah.
And then Batman slides down the banister.
And says yippee when he does it, too.
Yeah. And beats the crap out of these cops because they deserve it.
Well, you know what? Maybe he's going to knock some sense into these cops.
They need something.
In other past comics, I was like, Batman's beating up cops. This is, kind of bad. But these cops are stupid.
They're not good cops.
Anyway, Batman gets in his blue car and drives away.
Right, it's just blue now. Like, there's no black.
It's just blue
at all now.
Yeah. So we go to the police commissioner's office where Bruce is just there.
Yeah.
He's just there.
Bruce hangs out there. He likes it there.
He's just there as the artist comes in and starts complaining about how this murderer is ruining his business of being a painter. And then
What is with that suit that Bruce has on, by the way?
It's plaid.
It's orange.
He always wears that suit.
It's orange and it's with black stripes. It's plaid.
Yeah, it's plaid.
Whenever he's at Commissioner Gordon's, he has that suit on.
Really? I never noticed that suit before. He looks like the Riddler or something in that thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's even from the first comic. If I remember right, it's the same.
Anyway, so the artist complains, and then the artist's manager comes in and says, "Hey, my painting I had my painting drawn too, but I only got shot, so he survived the murder somehow."
Is that how it works? You get shot and they just put your arm in a sling and you can walk around and stuff?
Right, I think he was getting shot, right? He got shot?
It had bullet holes.
Yeah.
So in the first comic, he's wearing the same suit, but it's yellow.
Wow.
Anyway, so this other rich guy comes in and says, "I had my portrait taken too. It has an arrow in it, but I don't need the cops to protect me. I can protect myself. I'm going on my friend's yacht, and they can't get me there."
Yeah, he's going to go on a cruise instead of staying around so he can't get shot. He can't get an arrow. That sounds like a stupid plan.
It really does. What's even dumber, though, is that Batman has a hunch. So, Robin, go take care of this.
I'm telling you, he's trying to get rid of him. He's trying to get him killed.
He sends Robin to the yacht by himself while Batman goes and investigates something.
Well,
and
Batman's got stuff to do.
Robin's got good timing, too, because he shows up just as this guy's about to shoot him with a bow and arrow.
And we did talk about how good he is with this slingshot. He's really good here.
Yeah, he picks the arrow off in mid-flight.
And then the killer hits him in the head with the bow, and then almost shoots him with the arrow, but it only gets his cape. So the
pins his cape.
Killer jumps down to the speedboat, and is Robin surfing behind it?
Is that Robin's boat? Is the killer stealing Robin's boat right now?
I think so.
Well, that's great, Robin.
Yeah, Robin gets his boat stolen and is left stranded in the middle of the Atlantic.
Okay, so Robin tries to jump on the boat too, but he misses and falls in the water.
Yeah,
that's what that is. It does look like he's skiing, but he's jumping into the water.
Yeah. He says heck. That's a pretty bad word for 1940s.
Missed heck.
So apparently later that evening, back at Wayne Manor, Robin's home, and Batman comes in his Bat uniform, and says, "I know." Good.
Robin was in the middle of the ocean.
Okay.
How did he get home before Batman?
Well, Batman was investigating something in some office somewhere.
Yeah, but how did Robin get back on the boat, or back to the boat, or get back at all? He swam back?
He just probably jumped back on that yacht and say, "Hey, I saved your life, take me home."
I guess.
Doesn't he have a rope? Can he climb back up with his rope?
I guess. I don't know.
Anyway, Batman comes home after his long night of reading paperwork, apparently, and he figures out who the killer is, but it's not for any evil reason except for the root of all evil, money.
Yeah.
And so Bruce comes up with a plan. He's going to get his portrait taken.
Bruce got a lot of nerve here.
Yeah, this is where I said Bruce is a dick. He's like, paint my portrait, and the painter was like, you're gonna get yourself killed. Are you sure you want to do this? Just do it, painter.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Even the painter's like, either this guy's a guy without fear or the most conceited fool I've ever seen.
Kind of both.
Yeah.
And so Bruce has his portrait taken, and then the next day...
So, wait, Bruce is... Alright, yeah, you're getting to the next day, but Bruce is going to stop somebody from doing these murders, but he can't stop someone from breaking into his house and shooting his painting?
So yes, apparently the next morning he finds bullet holes in the painting, and you're right, he can't stop that, but what's even more interesting is that no one heard the gunshots?
Right. Well, he said he had a silencer.
Oh.
He had a silencer on his gun. It does mention that. But
Okay.
the guy broke into Bruce Wayne's house and shot his painting.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And then Robin asks him, what are you going to do? And then he says, do? We're going to do nothing. I'm just going to sit here.
Yeah, sit here in this chair and wait for the murderer.
And then the murderer breaks into he takes a page out of Batman's book and breaks in through the window.
Yeah.
And then shoots Bruce Wayne in the back of the head.
Right in the back of the head.
But Batman shows up out of the back room.
What? How'd that happen?
And the killer and Batman punches him.
The Batman at your service.
Yeah, he punches him and bails. So they get into a little tussle. Batman
Monkey flips him
over a table. And then we discovered that the Bruce Wayne sitting in the couch was only a dummy. Oh no.
Wait, it wasn't just a dummy. I'm telling you, he's trying to kill Robin. He stuck Robin inside that dummy to get shot at.
Yeah, but he was so small. The head, it was not high enough for his head.
All right, go sit in this dummy, Robin, and the guy's going to shoot a gun at it. You sit in there and just don't move. You got to move the arms around to make it look like it's alive.
Yeah,
maybe you'll get killed. Who knows? Batman's trying to kill Robin.
He definitely is. At this point. Anyway, we unmask the killer, and it is the manager of the artist. The manager is apparently broke, so he wanted to get the artist notoriety for his paintings so that he can sell them later when he becomes famous for them.
Yeah, but how do we know that he's broke? Because apparently Batman went and read his finances instead of going with Robin.
Yep.
That's the paperwork he was reading all night.
Yeah, he just went and read his finances and let Robin almost get killed.
So, I know that Batman's the detective.
Yeah.
But Robin couldn't go and read the finances?
Right. Or bring them back home and then they can read them together?
All I'm saying, if Batman was on that yacht, maybe this would have been a lot sooner, because how did this guy go into all these places and kill all these people? He doesn't look like he should be able to do any of this.
No, he doesn't look like...
Yeah, when they take him out of the mask, he's like this short little fat dude. I'm confused.
So because if you think about it, he managed to stab a guy, shoot another one in the middle of an opera with a dart,
right?
Hang another guy in a building that Batman had to climb with suction cups.
He also breaks into Wayne Manor.
Right.
Yeah, you're right, Lump. That costume, he was tall and skinny, and now he's a little chubby guy.
And then he's just a little short, fat guy. I'm just confused at how that's possible. But
I mean, he tried to play it off the manager by saying he got shot, but he actually had a secret room in his place so that the cops who were protecting him wouldn't know he was sneaking out and doing all this.
Yeah, so the cops that were protecting him didn't notice that he wasn't in the room anymore?
But they didn't notice the other guys were killed after they just wanted to check the floor and found Batman. The
cops never stay in the room. They're like downstairs, and the other person is upstairs.
I'm going to stop feeling bad when Batman kicks these cops' asses, I'm telling you, because they deserve it. They suck.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, we got the guy, they took the mask off. Next panel is he's going for a gun, so...
Yeah, and he goes for a gun and shoots himself, because he's not going to prison.
Shoots him. Well, I guess they can't have Batman kill people, but they want to get rid of this guy, so they just have him shoot himself.
Yeah, you can commit suicide, but Batman won't kill you.
Yeah, but Batman does say it's much better this way.
It's not the first time he said that either.
No, it's definitely not the first time. He didn't like those big mental patients, the giant mental patients. He said they were better off, too.
That he hung?
Yeah, that he hung.
Yeah.
He said they were better off that way.
Yep. Anyway, The Amazing Batman, the adventure strip that has everything. Fast-moving, action-packed adventure, mystery, and intrigue with Robin, the original Boy Wonder. Whole astounding exploits will thrill you each and every month in Detective Comics. So yeah, that's the end of that comic. That we had 3 mysteries right in a row, though.
Yeah.
This one was a little much, though. It didn't need to be 13 pages.
And I almost fell asleep with us talking about it, just the same as I did reading it.
This was a tough one. This one seemed very long. I realized it was only 1 page longer, but it seemed a lot longer than those other 2.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not that interesting. It's just a bunch of murders by some guy that you don't care.
I do realize that you're right. That's the reason, because we've only talked to, like, we didn't even go as long as those other ones on this one because it wasn't really that much in there.
The dialogue was not, it was almost pointless. We kind of breezed through it because it was, I don't know, they made it longer than it really needed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the Joker is going to killing these people or anything. Killings are just not interesting. It's just, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to kill you, and then I'm going to go do it. Because this guy's apparently an expert marksman with a bow and arrow, with a dart gun, with a knife, and yet he's poor.
He's just a little short, fat guy.
And yet he's poor and can't manage his own finances, but he can manage all this and buy all these weapons and get to all these places.
Yeah, that one wasn't. Again, I fell asleep multiple times, so can't.
Anyway,
so
yeah, that one. Hold on, I think that one might be the worst one we've read.
It was just not. I don't know how to explain it. It was boring, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, it just kind of was just made so much longer than it needed to be. The story itself, I guess, wasn't terrible, but the way they told it was just really bad.
Yeah, the pacing was off.
Yeah.
So the appearances we got in this one were individuals: Batman, Robin, James Gordon, and Wiley, his first and only appearance to date. Locations: Gotham City, and we had our magic suction cups.
Yeah, I think that's it for this one.
Yeah, I don't have anything else for this one.
Alright, joke time.
Yeah. How many Cape Crusaders does it take to change a light bulb?
2.
None. They like the dark.
Bye.
Yeah. But it's a bad joke week. It's a bad joke week.
I liked the first one. The 2 episodes ago was still my favorite of all time.
No accounting for taste. Anyway, bye.
Bye.